It is one of the highest rated shows on TV at the moment, and tonight we're anxiously awaiting the season 5 finale. Today I'm joined by Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, and special effects makeup designer and director Greg Nicotero. Welcome, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have you both. Season 5 has been just incredible from start to finish. I haven't seen the finish yet, but I can imagine it's going to be amazing. Even watching it, it feels like a completely different to all the other seasons. Working on it for you both, how has it been different from all the previous seasons?
It's been bigger than ever, I think. I think the scale of it's been astonishing, but to be able to spin so many story arcs with so many characters, I think has been one of the most satisfying things, certainly from where I've been stood.
And I think also that's tremendously important to our storytelling arc. We have 14 characters, more now. We probably have 22. We have an ensemble cast that's quite large. And we have to sort of wrap up those story arcs and bring everything back together. And one of the things that I love about our writing team is we get a chance to do that through the course of the season. And everything that happens affects something else. Bob's death, Beth's death, Tyrese's death, the fact that our group has been distrustful of everyone that they've met along the line. And then all of a sudden they find this place that's too good to be true. And the way that impacts Rick, I mean, the fact that Rick says, well, if they're not okay, then we're going to take this place. And you're going, wait a minute, is he becoming one of the people that they have so violently fought against? I love the idea of who Rick was season 1 versus who Rick has become now. And it's all about survival. And Rick says, I'll do whatever I need to do to protect our people. So the level of human drama and interaction it continues to raise the stakes in our show.
I also love the fact that we've moved to a civilization. I think it really deepens the show, and it feels like we're moving into a new area where you find a man who is very hardline. I mean, they're extreme. We are damaged goods. You know, we've come into this community, and it's almost like we're the poison, and they're a bunch of innocents.
I think one of the big themes that we will get into tonight, which will carry on to season 6, which is rebuilding, which is trying to integrate these two groups and say, okay, we're going to stay here. We know what it's like to survive. You guys want to stay here. We got to figure out how that's going to work together and how we're going to protect ourselves from whatever threat is out there. Because there's one great line that Rick says in the finale, which won't spoil anything, but he basically points out the fact that it's not just the dead you have to worry about. We've been out there and we've come upon people that are just as dangerous. So you guys have been living in this place really unfettered for 2 years, and you have no idea what's out there. And it's not just the dead. And that's something that really weighs on Rick and his group because they know what's out there.
So with the season finale tonight, it's ending, sadly, season 5. What can we expect? It's a 90-minute episode. Greg, you directed it. What can we expect?
Well, we do get a chance to wrap up a lot of the story arcs that have been set up. You know, last we left, Gabriel was sort of outing our group. Everything that happens in the episode sort of winds things together. We know that there's going to be some sort of tribunal where they're going to talk about what they're going to do with Rick. I mean, he just pulled a gun on everyone, and Michonne knocks him out.
There's a sort of echoes. With Scott's writing and a lot of the writers' room, they plant things, like you say, in the first episode that get resolved only at the final episode. Yeah. And I think that scene with Michonne is very much a conversation about, and we're not allowed to talk about it, but 2 ideas that have been going on throughout the whole season about, you know, are we too far gone? Are we the poison or are we the cure? You know, and I think that it's lovely to have space around those scenes because as actors, that's the way you play it, you know. And I think you're right. We are sort of, it's an exciting thrill ride, the show. And we never want to lose that, but also it's a very detailed sort of character story as well. Otherwise, I don't think people would really be so engaged in it.
Yeah. Rick and Michonne, last episode, we obviously saw him getting knocked over the head by
She
Michonne.
hit me on the back of the
Just
head.
when you was getting to the crunch of your speech, I
Yeah,
wanted to know
well,
how it was going to end.
I don't think it was going to end particularly well,
Well,
for
probably
anybody.
not.
Yeah.
I think it was actually probably a good judgment call on her behalf.
Is it a betrayal thing? Has she actually, because I've noticed in the last few episodes, they've kind of had different ideas of what to do next. You know, should the group go to Alexandria? Should we stay out on the road? Is she betraying him now? And is Rick losing control of the group?
I don't think it's a betrayal. I think it's the fact that and I think you're right. She was the one. She was the lone wolf that we rescued, and she was the one when we went to Noah's community that said we've been out too long. She realizes that we're falling apart, and that's another reason why I love this season so much, because we start in one place and we're probably in the worst place we've ever been. And then we find salvation, in inverted commas. But, I love their relationship. I think behind their clashes, there's a deep respect and a deep love for one another. They owe each other their lives. And I think probably one of the few people in that group that could call Rick out in that episode was Michonne. I mean, I think Daryl and I think Glenn could do it.
Carol, maybe?
And Carol. Well, Carol's an interesting character because I think they're very close. Yeah. I think that if anything, and he even said it to Carol way back. He said, "You got there before me." And I feel that with Rick and Carol, it's almost like they're waiting for everybody else to catch up. She's a very complicated cat, and and their relationship is a completely different thing. And it's almost like Othello and Iago. And I love scenes with that, with Melissa. She's just an alien actress. She's one of those extraordinary talents, and every scene with her is just fun.
It's really been a unique journey because there's a great moment in the finale where Carol just puts all her cards out there because she really is like the stealth Black Widow. I mean, she's undercover, she's deep undercover, Rick's undercover, Daryl's part of it, but Daryl's off with Aaron now. So it's really Rick and Carol that kind of know what this plan is.
Speaking of Rick, some people have compared him to Shane. He's like the Shane in season 1, kind of deranged and like just completely different to the rest of the group. Would you agree with that comparison?
I was thinking about John Bernthal all the time this season. There's so many, the echo of the barn scene, with Sophia coming out was very much like 15. And funny enough, I was emailing John a lot. He was with me, as was Sarah Wayne Callies, a lot when we came into Alexandria. But certainly we spoke about it a lot, and I don't think it's any coincidence that there are a lot of sort of echoes of him. I think he's in a place that Shane was, where he's come to a decision, a place that he feels is absolutely right, but people are not with him yet, and he's frustrated and confused and scared. I mean, he's a control freak.
And just lastly, what can we expect from season 6?
I don't know.
We're still breaking story on season 6. We start shooting in about 6 weeks, so we're not there yet. And if I said a word of what we were going to be doing, I would be in so much trouble.
I think that you will get a very strong sense in the final minutes of the season finale that there will be blood in season 6.
You love that quote.
I love
That's your favorite.
Well, because it's saying everything and nothing.
And then saying nothing at the same time.
There
That's
you
perfect.
go.
We do set up a new threat.
Yeah.
And I think which is a good point, given where the finale ends, things are teed up very well
You're
for our
just
group.
saying exactly what I just said.
I am. I'm reiterating. No. I'm reiterating.
But better.
I'm reiterating.
Okay, good.
What he said was great.
Yeah.
There, how's that?
Great. Well, it's been lovely having you both. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And can't wait to see the finale.
It's good. Watch it.